Hello, this is Katie Oshiwanita with Harmonizing Journey to Realignment Seminar and Sessions and Foundation Series. And we are HJR Insights Tarot Show Energy Forecast for June 2026. And welcome. Do you want to read that or do you want me to read that, Lewis?
Completely up to you.
We will examine the reality we as humanity have been creating. What are the current narratives being played out? What is the history and mechanics being used? What do we want to keep and what do we want to change? How can we support what we want to keep and how can we effectively shift what we do not want to keep into a win-win for everyone? Both tarot and astrology are technologies we created to look at the universe with clarity, an intricate part of which we are to navigate our way through it. We will be using these tools from a Keylanta perspective with our guardian clan family. And you want to go ahead and set the tone with the prayer?
Yeah, sure.
And I will hold on to the cards and just kind of get the energy connecting. So, wait, hold on. So, all of who is hopefully going to join today, showing one person, it might be showing me on my phone. And anyone who's joining in the future that is looking to prep for June, wanting to know what's going on for June energetically from a Keylanta Harmonizing Journey perspective, can tune in with their clan family connection of their multidimensionality. Okay, Lewis.
Christopher Prayer and Invocation of the Elisa Subsea Councils and the GAMYYAC, TAEFW, ETYC, EAAC, AMCC, MCO for Subsea Crystal River Plasma Host Activation and Amplification. Yureshidu Elisa Alhambra, Don Etale Sunjadwadu, Ista Entero Derishimina, Elasa Sumbata Alave, Dostila Ilaho, Kamana Ilatashidu. Elisa Sunta A Mutation 2, Elisa Sunta A Mutation 2, Elisa Sunta A Mutation 2. In the Christianity of action of God's first eternal, the eternal Krishna me, Yusa free, you read a humber, every end of me, you read a humber first up, so break love founders. Alania 2.0 urea, Christa Avionia, Arres Cosmos Humbers, the Elisa Subsea Councils, and your humber magic to see councils of the Cosmonius. Uta ete irashadu unala ita jeta humbra, a humbra. Breathe in the heart of FEMA. And emancipation transpositions together. Imagine like a violet pink on the left, a nice blue on the right. Just bring them together. Create a little bit there, create a little bit there, create a little bit there, create a little bit there. Hold. Alhambra. You're in this horror electrohumus sen ayore, dolojoshinove, come set here the tataja the Alhambra. Come set I delight you in Torre Alavi, because when you're so hungry, the Ishra Avi. Taisian Tadore, Taisian Tadore, Taisian Tadore. Avionia Elisa Alhambra Abriadon. Avionia Elisa Alhambra Abriadon. Avionia Elisa Alhambra Abriadon. Uma e trehina e. Uma e trehina e. Uma e trehina e. E kasha. Ashea Nira Uchasa, Ashea Nira Uchasa, Ashea Nira Uchasa.
Thank you, Lewis. And of course, with anything we ever do, energy-wise, forgot to say that, just said that beforehand, is if you're in alignment with tuning in and want to do it, be involved with whatever we're tuning into, awesome. If not, you can always say no thank you. But if you'd like to tune into your eternal guardian alliance expression, multidimensionality, by all means, please tune in, bringing in your personal clan family. Looks like we almost had another person and then they popped out. Hopefully they'll pop back in. Okay, so we are looking at the month of June 2026 from a Kilanta Harmonizing Journey to alignment perspective of tuning into our multidimensionality as we're again aligning into the crystal spiral of creation and stepping away from and disengaging from the two Taurus Fibonacci spiral and that earth reality we've been living for a long time. So those of us that are in alignment with that, tuning in. Those that are not, love you. Thank you. May you go your own way. So yeah. And we've talked about this particular image here many, many times. So you can go back to previous sessions. But yes, the zodiac spread doesn't necessarily line up with the actual galactic crystal spiral, except for position number 2, Taurus and Mercury. Everything else is off. But the lighter colored ones are actually what organically our galactic system is. And then, of course, there's the universal, but we're focusing right now on the galactic, our particular current star system. Okay. All right. I said I was going to bring a board where I could make it bigger, and I found the board that I was looking at, but that particular board is too heavy on my knees, so I'm still using the smaller one. So, okay. So I'll just show each card, but we'll look at it from the perspective that this particular structure shows of the zodiac spread. So I guess really I can just go one at a time. So we're looking, which is kind of funny, because we're looking at Aries, the Self, Mars. You couldn't ask for a better card. Oops, that way. For Aries, the King of Wands. So for the month of June, starting out, we have a very active, busy, intelligent, creative, harmonic universe one, I ego, which is really awesome. And there's a lot of activations actually going on right now and going on this week. We're at the electrical peak for the year, and the guardians are bringing in all kinds of energies and doing all kinds of stuff. And so, yes, going into June, actually into July, and into the beginning of August, we are really going to be Jalisifying, crystallizing, creating at a deeper level the new light body structure of the kind of aurora / Urea Earth reality that we've been working to develop back onto the crystal spiral. So we are going to be very active members of that this month. And as we look at Taurus, which is interesting, the 8 of Pentacles. So besides being hugely busy, being creative, because wands are very creative, spiritually creative energy, we also will be taking action steps. And we've been taking action steps, as you know, for quite a while. And I would say we're like 80% where we want to be, because the 8 of Pentacles tends to be the 80% card as well. So, yeah, we have definitely done a lot of legwork the last few months, years, and it looks like it's paying off. Taurus, in regards to resources, natural resources, finances, building wealth, building physical resources, metals. I think it also has to do with digital coinage as well. So this is going to be a very positive month as far as building that kind of stuff. And it's kind of also looking, shows what we are considering valuable. This includes money, personal possessions, resources, earning ability, and the person's identification with what he owns. So really looking at those resources. And again, I've kind of, what do we want to keep? What do we want to let go? What is it we actually want to be materializing? And then we're going into Gemini, Mercury, near environment. It covers 3 areas of life that at first may not seem related, but taken together represent normal daily life, what astrologers call the near environment. Communications. Again, this is an air sign, so it would be communications related to the routine of everyday life, involvement with friends, neighbors, siblings, and community at large, and short distance travel in one's near environment. And it also would correlate with our harmonic universe 1 with our holographic reality, the mental aspect of how we perceive our reality right around us within our world. We have the 4 of Cups. So as we are working on being very active, creative, diligently building our environment, we will be a bit focused on that. So the 3 of Cups, he's focused on some certain things, but there's going to be something that's going to come in that unexpectedly within our environment this month that we're quite ready for. So we'll see what the next cards are to see kind of what is that. Is that something that's going to be beneficial or going to, knock us on the butt? But we are definitely very emotional with this building, what we're creating at a mental level. Okay. And now we're jumping into our harmonic universe 2 soul level, Cancer. And again, Aries also would be the D1 root Manu point that holds the structure of what is going to be created or what's created for the harmonic universe 1 with that reality. Number 2 is always going to be the control, the D2, the emotional elemental control for that harmonic universe 1, or whatever the harmonic universe is. The second, the emotional water, female, magnetic is the control for that density plane of reality. So, which again, the focus is being and controlling and building our physical, financial, material reality. And then going in for Cancer, which is foundation of one's life, home, family, parents, especially the mother, tradition, heritage, the past one's homeland, in short, the quarant's roots. So the roots would be our soul, where we came from. I see your little kitties helping you out. We have the sun. We have our first major arcana, the sun. So what a beautiful card for our home, our roots, our ancestry, family, near, So it can mean children. It can mean new beginnings. It can mean new resources, new finances, wealth, something powerful. So that goes with this. Okay, so we were wondering what we were going to be receiving from our root. What's going to come in when we're looking on the mentally in the physical world we're building, which is kind of interesting because 3 cups, 3 dimensions, something coming in the 4th dimension, 4th position, astral, D4. We're going to be receiving probably all, I'm getting and we're in the electrical peak for the year, so we're going to receive some activations coming in from the sun, coming into our roots, into our ancestral lineage, into our home, into our being. We will be with something very powerful activation. It's kind of what I said from the beginning of the conversation. And here's a nice little card saying, yes, Katie, you were right. So, okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Okay, now we're looking at Leo, the sun, the self-expression, number 5, which is also would be the D2 elemental, emotional elemental for our soul level. Self-expression, creative and self-expressive side, which may play out as artistic endeavors, romantic relationships, hobbies, and amusements, or children. So, this is not really quite as fun a card. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles, which makes sense because we're getting, while this is a powerfully strong activation, it's going to be really intense. It is probably going to knock us a little bit because we may want to withdraw a little bit as we're processing the intensity of the activation. We're going to be focused more on our physical well-being, probably our health. Now, what's nice about this card is its 5s are always minor setbacks. So it's not going to be something that's going to be huge, but it is going to be kind of telling us we don't want to be quite as involved with the world around us quite as much. We're going to probably withdraw a little bit, kind of leave society a little bit behind, because and it might even be, well, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Don't need to focus on the religious as much. Although this is kind of interesting because it's a 5 and we're in a 5 position. So connecting in on our soul level with the D5, we're really going to have to just step back and really kind of go within and step away from the mental, societal. Well, I'm saying societal. I haven't gotten the societal cards yet. So I don't know. That might either support that or not support that. Okay. And now we're looking at the 6th house. Health and service are Virgo. So, yeah, health-oriented routines, including nutrition and exercise, and the link between work and health. It also describes our daily work or chores, duties, job-oriented relationships, service to others, and the capacity for self-sacrifice. Oh, how I did. I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and shuffled this deck. Okay. 6 of Pentacles at the 6th position of our soul level tarot. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And we are at the 6th position. So, and this would be representing, although Virgo is a pentacle, is a physical position, reality. Earth reality. It in our soul level, it's mental position, right? 4, 5, 6. The holographic reality. And this is, again, I was saying, taking a step back, looking at our physical health. This card is saying, you want to take care of your physical body, your routines, be mindful of your routines, whatever your routines are that are into your health and well-being, you want to make sure you do that. and be compassionate. This is a compassion card. This is a card that says, okay, we were hit by something, 5 of Pentacles. We were hit by something energetic, or whatever it may be. But now, because we're being mindful of our health and well-being and nutrition and routines, we are moving through it, and we're going to be just fine. Okay. Right. Okay, and now we are at our Libra, the 7th house. Okay. Yeah. One-on-one relationships. Traditionally, the house of marriage and partnerships. The 7th represents all one-on-one relationships, business and personal, including relationships with enemies. And and it's across, you see Aries, it's across from Aries, and we're connecting now into our HU3 oversoul level. So where originally soul came from. This is its original collective. And so the ego self is a little bit more defined. It's able to take on more than just it's being self-centered within itself, or self-centered within its root structure, within its home, mother connection of creation, being creation. It's now into more one-on-one relationships. So I think this is fascinating. The Fool. So we've got our second major arcana. And this would represent, this card is when we were more open, more of a channel, more atavistic, more trusting in our inner being, trusting in the divine spirit within of our IA, more able to just be more free, expressive. So as we evolve through the month into our development of who we are, and making that transition from the nut earth into the crystal spiral of our organic and light body structure, we will be more free-spirited with our relationships with others, significant relationship with others. And it can be, business relationships, one-on-one, intimate relationships, and of course it says even with your enemies, quote-unquote enemies, people you don't like. Okay. You're going to be more flexible, and even more creative, because this card's very creative, and this card can be very creative too. And again, connecting more into our roots. Okay, which will have been hit with the sun energies, activations, to really open us up. Okay. So now we are moving into Scorpio, our 8th house, which is, when we're looking at our oversoul level, it's the D2, would be the D2 for that level, the emotional elemental control for that harmonic universe. So this house represents past transformative change, death, inheritance, and other people's resources that you may receive from others. In this case, death usually refers to the end of something old, so that something new can emerge. The 8th house also shows how others' resources affect you. Okay. So what are we going to get for that? Oh, interesting. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So this isn't a transformation card, right? This isn't a death card either. Are you having trouble hearing me, Lewis?
No.
Okay. Although I didn't just hear you. Hopefully you're on mute. Okay, so this is a card that says, I'm not really going forward. I'm not really going backwards, which would kind of make sense because we're going to need June, July, into August to process this activation that's coming in. And it's hitting us physically, right? It's hitting us physically. So we're going to really want to be quiet and really be mindful of what others might be wanting to give us, because it has to do with receiving from resources from others or other people's resources. But it's not really saying we're moving forward or backwards. We're just processing. Okay, which is fine. So now we are looking at the 9th house of our Sagittarius, of higher knowledge. Represents the higher mind, philosophy, religion, spirituality, the law and advanced education, as well as long distance travel, especially to foreign lands. This house shows your search for meaning and how one goes about expanding one's horizons. So far we're being pretty laid back. And receiving a lot of intense energy. So from our ability to develop our knowledge base of higher learning. Oh, intro. Okay. Queen of Cups. Not really someone happy to be in Sagittarius. Okay. Because she can be and she's right next to the Four of Pentacles. So she's saying, yes, for this month, when we get hit by this activation that's actually coming in starting today, and we'll really feel it probably Friday, the 29th, it will be really intensified. The 26th, 27th, 28th, yeah, we're right in the middle of this activation coming in. So we will really start feeling the force of it moving into June. So yes. But see, she's also very psychic and very intuitive. And she is the 9th position, Sagittarius, Neptune. While it's a fire sign for us here, it's actually an HU3 oversoul level. It would represent our mental holographic reality for our oversoul level. So she's mentally, through her emotions and her intuitive ability, because she's at a higher level, because we're at our oversoul level, she's focusing on digesting and processing and integrating, because bringing in the higher knowledge of, okay, what is this activation that the sun's bringing through with the guardians? What is it bringing through for me and my world around me? And how am I going to integrate it and utilize it? And also probably eventually speak about it to others. Okay, so we are now at our 10th house, Capricorn. This house represents social and professional status, career, public image, parents, particularly the father, authority, responsibilities, honor, reputation. Our 10th house matters. Our 10th house matters too. So we are looking at, life tasks. So having more and we are now, yeah, and it's, that was a Saturday, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we're now into 10, 11, 12. So we're into our HU4 avatar, Maharata expression, the liquid light, pale silver liquid light Maharata being the blueprint of what we came in within this time matrix to express as. And again, in a healthy functioning system, the avatar at will is supposed to be able to go through each of these harmonic levels, consciously experience it, and then transfigure out back up into his level at will. So, and this is the D1 for that universe. So that would be the blueprint structure, the Manu, I should say the Manu, the form constant, what holds that reality together. And then the D2 is the control of how that starts to be manifest and expressed. And then the D3 is the whole erratic projected reality, out picturing like structure of that. So, and we have a Saturn, which I think influence with that within our system as well. So the 9, yeah, the 9 of Cups. Yeah, the 9 of Cups. Which is kind of an awesome card. Now, he is a little negatively aspected on this side of him with this Queen of Cups, but not bad. And they're both emotional. So we're really getting into the emotional body now. Not just into our physical D1 type molecular structure blueprint, but more the emotional control center, magnetic development, developing the form, outpicture to then eventually holographically, outpicture. So this is a beautiful card, in that while we are focusing on integrating emotionally and physically these activations that are coming in, we will begin to start seeing how we can manifest what we desire. Because this guy, whatever he puts his attention on that he emotionally wants to have and create, comes into being. So as we integrate this particular month, which also, again, during the electrical peak is when you're setting the grid for the rest of the year, or you could even say the rest of your life, but we'll say the rest of your year, whatever you're wanting to create for the year, you're setting it up right now in the fields into the light body structure. And then the magnetic peak in August, I think 11th through the 15th, is when you start seeing what was the light creation is now through the magnetics begins to materialize and become solidified and solid. So through this month, we will start visualizing and feeling emotionally what it is we want to actually have created. So it's a very powerful month to create, not just from a mental level, but from an emotional level. And also, when you look at the layout, 10-4, okay, this is below, aligning with that. It's coming in on the sun with the Cancer, 4th position. We are lining up, okay, to create. And again, kind of looking at, when you look at below and above, again, that sort of focusing in on the physical, but as well as the emotional. Integration, aligning how things fit together. All right, so now we are at the, wait a minute, okay, it's over here, over there. The 11th, yes, the 11th house refers to which is Aquarius, friends and groups with which one is affiliated, goals, hopes, wishes are shown by this house. Social media can also be part of this, and being a visionary and seeing into the future is a quality of Aquarians. And sudden unexpected changes as well. It's kind of an aspect with Uranus in this house. So, what do we get for that? The Ace of Cups. Woo! Okay. Within our avatar expression, HU4. Okay. And this is the D2 for our harmonic universe 4, the control center. So going right next to this card, how beautiful. Something we are emotionally wanting to create and manifest that we desire is going to be birthed. Now, aces tend to be kind of drawn out. They don't move fast, but it's going to be initiated, whatever we're putting our attention on. So it's probably very important to pay attention to what you're manifesting. Don't get caught up in the BB game and poor me and I don't have this and I don't have that and all that kind of stuff, right? You're going to manifest it big time for moving forward from this point on, because this is going to be a very significant, particularly very significant electrical peak or heat. I always get there's a Hithar and Hithlon. I always get the two of them mixed up, which is which, but magnetic and electrical peak. This is also correlating with something that occurred in 2003 with the first initiation of the Hithar and Hithlon period. In 2003, a lot of things were going on. This is a third cycle of eights. Trinity is happening right now in this year. So yeah, you want to be really mindful. What are you birthing moving forward? Okay, big time. And again, also having to do with your friends, your family, social media, your community, your visioning of the future. Okay, very important. And then we are moving into our 12th house, the hidden realm. Or what is hidden or what is not revealed, including our dreams and fantasies. It also reveals our latent talents as well as our fears, weaknesses, secrets, and unknown enemies. Because matters associated with this sector are often unknown to us, the house is sometimes connected with self-undoing. So it's a little bit tricky. Okay, so the 4 of Swords, which is interesting because it's the third, right? It would be the D3 for our harmonic universe 4 avatar level blueprint Maharata. Not Rishi, avatar. This is a mental card. Even though Pisces is water, represents the water sign in its harmonic universe self, which it should be the sun actually. It is a mental card here, which Pisces, from an astrological zodiac perspective, really probably doesn't like this card too much, but yes. So, hidden. There's definitely going to be things, though, that are going to be coming in that are hidden. It's a kind of a hidden card in a hidden house. Okay. Things that are coming up from the psyche, shadow. So it could say, yeah, I'm getting this card's representing shadow, mental shadow persona aspects, fragments, are going to be hitting us a little bit. We're going to need to be mindful of them. But what's nice about this card is that they're not active. It's not an active card. It's not a busy card. So our shadow aspects going into June are not going to be quite knocking us per se on the ass, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be influencing us. They're going to be a factor in our lives to deal with, and probably be an influence with what we're creating, right? Because this would be HU4, D1, D2, D3, or out picturing. So we will definitely have the power to manifest what we desire. Something is going to be birthed, but there's going to be hidden aspects to what's going to be out pictured moving forward. So what's nice is this is a minor arcana. So whatever that is, it's not going to be major, but it is going to have some effects. So we really want to have those unconscious aspects minimized as much as possible. Okay. So then we want to look at the 13th pillar monad card in the center, which again represents what energy was brought in to begin with from the 13th pillar, the Manu, from our eternal Aya, the energies that came up to birth out that whole zodiac spread for the month. So it's kind of an overarching card. Shit. 3 of Swords. Okay. Division. 3. So we could say the 3 dimensions being divided, division, separated from our harmonic universe 1 aspect, maybe from harmonic universe 1. Yeah, I'm getting, okay. Yes, from harmonic, not harmonic universe, from net earth. The official separation of from harmonic universe. Yeah, harmonic universe 1 from net, not, God, it's not coming out of my mouth correctly. From net earth, the tube torus, Fibonacci spiral reality, second creation finite mechanics world that we've been living in. Division, separation. Now, some people might become more binded to it depending upon their shadow aspects, what they focus on, how they receive the activations. So they're either going to be divided from this new crystal spiral or aligning into the crystal spiral and away from the second creation of finite mechanics, tube torus, Fibonacci spiral reality we've been living in for quite a while. That we think it's normal and natural. And we can look under a microscope and see the structure of it. Because it's that bad. What we've been stuck in. There's a division and separation. The official separation, which actually Lewis, by the way, has been talking about. And some other people have been talking about it. Lots of other people have been talking about it too. Let's see if I can safely, without the cards falling. Again, I got to find something better, but I really like what I have here. Excuse me. Can I do this? Oh, wait a minute. If I'm going to do that, hold on. Excuse me. Hold on a second. drop Lewis out as well. So you kind of see how it all fits together, related to different things. Yeah, seeing our, okay. Bring our Lewis back. Okay. Alrighty. Lewis, did you want to put your sound back on, and anything you wanted to add?
I just wanted to add throughout this Hafara period from the next couple of months from May onwards, what's going to be happening is we are going to be embodying or anchoring in our oversoul. Our soul and our oversoul level progressively. And kind of how I was seeing it was like from the last couple of months, we've been creating this, again, I guess you could call it a new crystal spiral kind of thing. So progressively what's going to be happening is, as I was kind of seeing it, you had the etheric, you had the emotional, and you had the mental, and these three cords connected to the old structure. And progressively they're going to be pulled out, literally pulled out. And as you start to pull them out, it's going to create this very chaotic period, because during this kind of chaotic period, it's kind of like you need to decide which spiral you're going to be on. Are you going to be on the new one? Or are you going to be on the next one? And kind of like what Katie was saying with a couple of the ending cards, with how some people, depending on where they are, they might actually bind more into the Metatronic spiral. So it's just something to be very much aware of. I was also seeing this new diamond structure, but I'm going to probably talk to Katie about it after this. It's something I want to look at.
Cool. Sorry. Harmonizing Journey to Realignment Seminars and Sessions. I just wanted to say with that, introductory sessions, awesome. Very much recommended, especially if you're looking at, when I was talking kind of about the more shadow aspects. Introductory session, follow-up sessions really work at clearing those miasmic builds-up and helping you get more into your connection with your pillar, your own eternal clan family. But I also can offer private tarot sessions. If anybody has questions and stuff they'd like to get answered more on a personal level. But speaking on that, anybody who would like to ask any questions or comment on what we just did is awesome. That would be great to do that. But I think there's just me on there now with that. But yes. So yes, you can go on the HJR Harmonizing Journey page to private sessions, HJR Private Sessions, and scroll down, and there will be a link for ongoing sessions if you want to do that, and talks more about details on that. And the HJR Gridkeepers Community Membership Program. A Gridkeeper mindfully develops a personal relationship with their multidimensional spirit family within their personal planetary morphogenetic field template. And you're more than welcome to just join it for the recorded sessions and take your time and just go through the sessions and integrate the information, and and just to have it be a personal thing for you. But yet you're still part of the energetic shield, obviously, if you're connecting into the session, recorded sessions. And then when you're ready, at any time, joining the monthly discussions and meeting the group and getting any questions you may have answered in regards to the recorded sessions that you've been doing. If you find, that, hey, I'm doing these sessions, but I'm getting kind of stuck, I have a 30% discount on a private session that you can do either the whole 2 hours or break them up into 2 sessions and do more in-depth work with me. And when you're ready and you've done the introductory material that I have on the website for people starting out, and you've met with us and you feel pretty good and you want to become an actual full active Gridkeeper member, by all means are more than welcome to join us live in our live journey sessions. Louis, did you want to add anything?
Gridkeepers membership is really for people
I can't hear you, sweetie.
Oh. The Gridkeepers membership is really for people that
I
want
still can't hear you.
No. That's so. 1 second. Okay, any better? I don't even know why this. Can you hear me?
I'm still not hearing you.
Is this any better?
We'll just go on. I don't know why we can't hear you, but you figure it out. Okay. The HJR Gridkeepers Handbook. Got a PDF of it as well. HJR does not mean conforming to any religion or organization's rules on how to live a happy, successful life or how to make it to heaven. It means focusing on waking up to whom we are as spiritual beings living in a bio-spiritual universe, which are, as you can see, the cards are pretty much saying that too. The first step in breaking the cycle of expressing as a finite life structure is embodying the concept, belief, system, or hologram that we are God's first eternal life humans co-creating. HJR is a map or guide that takes you wherever it is that you want to evolve and expand your consciousness beingness into. And it definitely embraces also, I refer to it as the essence of the Law of One, because most of the Law of One teachings out there kind of sort of embody the actual teachings of the Law of One, but not really. This book and all the work that I do is really looking at what actually is. What does the Law of One actually mean? So, it's a good book. Waking in Alania book series, newly inspired sci-fi fantasy series about who we are as spiritual beings living in a multidimensional bio-spiritual existence. Focused first book on pre-cataclysmic terror, our soul level, where we came from originally. What created was involved in creating the Amity sphere, Paladorian contract. And then the second book is kind of integrating into 2012, what was going on kind of then, and how the characters from Terra, where they're at this point now. And the third book is kind of another evolution of that I'm working on. And I was thinking, okay. I think I've read this page before. I can find a different page. Okay. And this is of Voyager's one. All right, I'm trying to say that I read this if it's going to make sense. Okay, I'll just start from the beginning of the page. Okay, Mother, let us go speak to Ganado, said Eshwa, as the queen then nodded in agreement. So that's Queen Asanda. Sati, please make sure Kara's the main character, makes it safely back to her room and place a guard at her door, said Queen Asana. Yes, madam, said Sati, standing close at hand in her colorful dress. Eshwa, said Kara, as she stood up to leave. Yes, dear Kara, said Eshwa as he stood close to her. I do so hope that they will find this intruder, said Kara. Oh, yes, we will find who it is. Ganado and his men are highly skilled in the art of the occult. In fact, I would not be surprised if they had not already found who the culprit was, said Eshwa as they left. They all made their way out of the warmth of the garden. Caldor, said Kara as she placed a hand on his arm, stopping his movement. Yes, Kara, yes, Kara, said Prince Caldor. I cannot ask for you to take me to see this Rochelet herb, said Kara. Tears sparkled in her eyes. Kara, I see much potential within you. I knew from the first moment I saw you that you were special, and I have been in awe of your presence ever since. I would be honored to take you anywhere in the universe that you want to go, said Prince Caldor as he squeezed Kara's hand and then took his other hand to lift her chin up to look into her eyes. Thank you, Caldor. I know that we have only recently met, but I feel like I have known you forever, said Kara as she smiled brightly, lifting the darkness that had been spreading in the air. She squeezed his hand, then stepped out of the way, watching the trio make their way across the yard to the guardhouse. So, just reading a little bit out of it. Um, do we have you sound yet, Louis? Nope. Okay, let's see if I can get a good page out of here. I don't know if I want to read about Salazar. Salazar is the bad guy. Okay. But, okay. Meyer looked at Candace, who had two guards around her. He did not like the and Candace actually is Kara, by the way, who had two, and this is the second book. Meyer is Eshwa from the first book. So Meyer looked at Candace, who had two guards around her. He did not like the circumstances, but trusted Exal to do what was right, at least for now. As they walked up the cruiser, Meyer softly spoke. Do you read me, lead station out? Loud and clear, sir. What is the status out? Said Javier. Everyone is good now. What is the status on your end out? Said Meyer. Do you know that this key? Do you know what this is key? Out, said Javier. No. Why out? Said Meyer. Director Marel was visited by the men in black after intercepting a message from Director Salazar at the NDC base, Naiadic Crystal base, here, and both alluding to a key. Out, said Javier. Well, it appears we are heading back to the base now. Let Director Morel know we are okay and meet with the director about this key. Out, said Meyer. Lead station out. The cruiser floated into the underground Federation hangar bay. Exal stood at ease while an unusually tense Salazar paced in front of him. Commander, you will hand the key over to me. Yes, sir, but from what my men tell me, the hell bitch is no longer in her. She possesses no threat, said Commander Exal. No threat? No threat? She is the key to full power in this universal vector. It is a threat to one who does not control it, said Salazar. Yes, sir, and you believe you are the one to control it, said Commander Exal. So anyway, so that's the second book. And you can get it through Amazon if you're in the United States, Lulu if you're, in the United States and internationally. And there is a link in the description as well as a page designated Harmonizing Journey website. Okay. Thank you for watching. Again, please like this video. Please share it to anyone you think, there he is, think would be interested in this content. Please subscribe to get more of this content, hitting the notification button. I am not monetized by YouTube, so donations are greatly appreciated in that, so I can continue doing this work, because this is how I make a living. The donation link will be in the description box below. Did you want to say anything about the Gridkeepers or Waking in Alania?
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we are At 2 o'clock. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So let's see. And I don't see anybody wanting to ask anything. So. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not. Okay. One more thing before we conclude. Just the Harmonizing Journey schedule. Master of Q-Lanta episode 8, next Tuesday, the 2nd, 1 p.m. EDT, 6 p.m. BST, Britain. We will be looking on the Postures of Love, Steps Towards Joy PDF. Soft Love and Tough Love, pages 28 through 30. For those that are following along and can read ahead of time to have hopefully some good questions for us and comments. And then, I haven't done it in a while, Harmonizing Journey with Katie Oshiwanita introductory session, group session, on the 23rd at 1 p.m. EDT, 6 p.m. BST. And there is a PDF. When you click on that link for the session, there is a PDF to prepare for the session. So you want to go through that. And then our HJR. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. I didn't update. I'm trying to think what that date is. The following Tuesday after the Mastery of Q-Lanta, that Tuesday, which is going to be the 9th. Okay. HJR Insights Q&A tarot show. So this is Lewis. This go around is going to come up with some questions for us to go through, and we'll just start with the most important one that he feels he wants to get answered and kind of work our way through to the end of the hour. And we're looking forward to anybody else that has kind of, again, not personal questions, because obviously it's YouTube, right? So it's public, so you don't want personal stuff, but things that have to do with more broad issues that's going on in general with whatever questions about people you can ask. And then, and then so there's that. And then there's our Harmonizing Journey with Katie Oshiwanita, because we have extra Tuesdays of this in this upcoming month, so I'm able to put the Harmonizing Journey with Katie Oshiwanita in there. And then our HJR Insights Tarot show, energy, not prediction. I don't like to use the word prediction, but anyway, for July, I don't know why. Energy. I can't remember what I normally use. Same time, 1 p.m. EDT, 6 p.m. Energy forecast. That's right there in front of me for July. Energy forecast. Aligning with the crystal spiral. How we're doing. Okay, now we are complete. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Love you. And look forward to seeing you in the month of June, and that you are able to align into your eternal core of your being as Aya. And from that perspective, create and manifest the world around you in a way that's really awesome moving forward for your life. Okay.